Morning, everyone. Good morning from the Rocky Mountains. Today is Tuesday, and it is almost the end of April. April 28th. I guess that's officially the end, but I mean, it's almost May. So, sorry, I have a really goofy smile on my face because I just had a super special experience. And my fiance, who just joined, already heard about it because I had to video chat him when it happened. Hi, Terry. So there is forest land right above my house, and the last few mornings I have been trying to go straight up the hill and just take a quick hike with my dog, and I know that there's a lot that I'm going to be doing. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for watching. And so I was walking straight up the hill, and I had some music in one ear. I don't know if any of you are Alicia Keys fans, but I love Alicia Keys. And she was playing one of my favorite songs. And I had this idea strike me that felt like I needed to shut up and listen. So I turned my music off. And I was listening to this idea, and it's an idea for a business idea for my coaching. And it came, and I thought, man, that it resonates really deeply for me, but I have lots of big ideas. That's something I'm really good at. It's the follow through piece that I'm really working on. And, you can't go in the direction of every great idea you have if you have lots of them. So I thought, okay, well, I'm listening, and I just was prayerful and said, I'm paying attention. If this is something you want me to continue with, I'm paying attention. So we continue hiking up the hill, and good morning, Kaylee. And walk another 7 to 10 minutes or so. And all of a sudden, we stopped to look at Mount Princeton, which is my favorite mountain in the world. And there's just a beautiful view of it. And all of a sudden, there's this rustling in the bushes up ahead on the trail. And I look ahead, and there is a moose staring at me. Now, I have seen moose so many times now from a car. They have become much more prevalent in our area. I've seen them walking across our hill from inside of our building. I've seen them, driving down my driveway. I've seen them at Michael's house a lot. He's got way more water where he is, and the moose really like it there. We've had moose right on the other side of a window, actually. Lots of cool moose stories, but never out hiking. And this moose was so young, I realized my first thought was, oh, where's Mama? And I couldn't see Mama anywhere. So I decided that we should turn around and walk back home the opposite direction of the way the moose was running. I figured maybe the moose would be running towards its mother. So as I'm hiking down and just kind of like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. We saw a moose. It struck me that I was paying attention. And so this idea, I'm going to play with it a little bit, because I pay attention to things like that. So I just wanted to share that with you, because that's why I have this huge grin on my face. To run into a moose in the wilderness safely it's just something I've always wanted to experience. So that was really special. So hi, Rachel. Thanks for hopping on. I love you too, Terry. It's so fun to have you here, and Carlisle, if you're watching as well. So let's take a moment. I know I need this just to just come back down and be at home in myself. But these are the hashtag Be Home Together sessions. And this is all about being at home in ourselves together. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And I always like to be audible with my first breath, because it helps me just to drop down into myself, get out of my head, get out of figuring things out. If I'm worried about something or efforting about something, lots of tension, that deep sigh helps drop me right into my body, because I can feel my voice. So we'll take another deep breath. And you know that when we naturally will do this when we're feeling a bit of stress, we just sigh. So sighing on purpose can just be a way to let your shoulders drop, and remember, you're not having to carry yourself through the world right now. So if you are sitting in a chair, I invite you to feel the chair holding you. I invite you to experience being held. We walk through the world trying to carry everything we think we have to worry about. But a lot of that is just our mind overanalyzing, or this survival mechanism of trying to survive. When all along, a lot of it we can just put down. So I'm inviting everybody, including myself, to put down anything that we're worried about right now, any concern we're facing. For the next few minutes, hi Patty, for the next few minutes, let it just be on the ground. Put it down. Ego can pick it up on the way out the door. It probably will try to do that. You don't have to pick it back up. Any worries or concerns, just put them down. Go ahead and close your eyes and take another deep breath. And while you're just focusing on enjoying the fresh air coming in and the stale air going out, I'm going to walk us through the 3 things that we remember together each morning. I belong here. I belong here in this moment. I belong here in myself exactly as I am. In this room exactly where I am, or outside, or in my car. I belong in this existence as it is right now, my life as it looks, with the limitations that it seems to have, the opportunities for growth that are being presented to me, the lessons that are mine to work through, to strengthen. I belong here. I am ready. I am ready for all that I have to learn through. I am ready for what is facing me that may trigger a sense of fear, but I am ready for it so I can let that fear go, to listen for direction, to listen for the solution I have yet to see. I am ready. I am ready to be with the family that I am with, or I am ready to be by myself if that's where I am. I am ready for what work is asking of me, especially if it's asking new and creative ways of thinking that I just have never challenged myself with before. I am ready for the relationships that I am in, and I am ready for the next steps I need to take. I am not alone. I am not alone because I am here with myself, and I will not abandon myself. I am not alone because deeper and closer than my very breath is divine love itself. That still small voice telling me what to do to stay safe, what I need to do to learn about what life really is about. I am not alone because I can hear that still small voice when I am still. I belong here. I am ready. I am not alone. Take a nice deep breath like Lucy just did in the background. Let anything from those ideas that feels true to you just sink in and take root. That deep drawn breath of love. The poem I have for us today is by one of my favorite poets. I've already read at least one of his, if not more. His name is David Whyte. And he wrote a poem called What to Remember When Waking. And I've been doing a poetry class with him the last 3 weeks online. I'm one of thousands of people. He's a very famous poet. But it's been really neat to just work with him. And this is one of the poems that he actually went through with us. And then he invited us to try something each day. And I would like to extend that invitation to all of you. But that idea of what happens right in the moment that we first wake up. There's this opening he talks about. So I'm going to read it to you, and I'll read it through twice like I always do. What to remember when waking. In that first, hardly noticed moment in which you wake, coming back to this life from the other, more secret, movable, and frighteningly honest world where everything began, there is a small opening into the day which closes the moment you begin your plans. What you can plan is too small for you to live. What you can live wholeheartedly will make plans enough for the vitality hidden in your sleep. To be human is to become visible while carrying what is hidden as a gift to others. To remember the other world and this world is to live in your true inheritance. You are not a troubled guest on this earth. You are not an accident amidst other accidents. You were invited from another and greater night than the one from which you have just emerged. Now, looking through the slanting light of the morning window toward the mountain presence of everything that can be, what urgency calls you to your one love? What shape waits in the seed of you to grow and spread its branches against a future sky? Is it waiting in the fertile sea? In the trees beyond the house? In the life you can imagine for yourself? In the open and lovely white page on the writing desk? In that first hardly noticed moment in which you wake, coming back to this life from the other, more secret, movable, and frighteningly honest world where everything began, there's a small opening into the new day, which closes the moment you begin your plans. What you can plan is too small for you to live. What you can live wholeheartedly will make plans enough for the vitality hidden in your sleep. To be human is to become visible while carrying what is hidden as a gift to others. To remember the other world and this world is to live in your true inheritance. You are not a troubled guest on this earth. You are not an accident amidst other accidents. You were invited from another and greater night than the one from which you have just emerged. Now, looking through the slanting light of the morning window toward the mountain presence of everything that can be, what urgency calls you to your one love? What shape waits in the seed of you to grow and spread its branches against a future sky? Is it waiting in the fertile sea, in the trees beyond the house, in the life you can imagine for yourself, in the open and lovely white page on the writing desk? Now, I picked this poem before I had that experience this morning running into a moose in the woods behind my house. And I love that line, in the trees beyond the house. Yes, something very exciting was waiting in the trees beyond my house today. And it was a beautiful experience. But I love this poem, and I love that it says that we are not troubled guests on this planet. I keep thinking that not only were we made for these times, which Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes is credited with saying, we were made for these times. Do not be worried. We were made for these times. But I also think these times were made for us. We are being called into a greater and deeper understanding of ourselves in a way that is going to bless us to become much bigger than we allow ourselves to be day to day. Imagine the people all over the world rethinking how they spend every day because they can't go to their normal jobs and they're having to adjust. Now, this is for people who have time to think about this. I know we have a lot of people who just don't have time to be thinking about extra things right now, that what their life looks like, whether they're healthcare workers or they're essential workers, they are working very hard right now. But I think, too, from all the stories that are coming from the selfless acts that people are being invited into, these everyday heroes, as we're hearing, that people are rising to something bigger than themselves, bigger than they've ever been before. And it's a beautiful thing to watch, and that is what we keep. That is what we keep from all of this, that good that comes out of this, the blessings. So blessings on your day. I invite you to take that moment right when you're waking up, see what you can imagine about your life right now, maybe a solution that you've been looking for that you haven't heard yet. And blessings as you move into your day. Jennifer, Noreen, it's so nice to see you. Thank you for joining. And thanks to everybody for watching. So much love. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Mwah.